Meghan is going through a very, very difficult time right now. She feels very sad because it seems like nobody in the big world of Hollywood wants to be her friend or work with her anymore. It feels like everyone is turning their backs on her. People are saying that the way she acts has made others stay away. Because of the way she has behaved, she has faced many no answers from very famous people. These are called snubs and rejections. We are going to talk about the top 13 times that Hollywood stars and big companies told Meghan they did not want to be near her or have anything to do with her. The first big rejection happened when Meghan and her team had a big idea to help her Netflix show. Her show was not doing very well and not many people were watching it, so they thought of a plan. They wanted to invite the very famous and very kind country music singer Dolly Parton to be a guest on the show. They thought if Dolly was on the show, everyone would want to watch it. But when Dolly heard about the invitation, she said no right away. She did not even have to think about it. This made Meghan very, very angry. She was fuming like a hot stove. Instead of thinking that maybe Dolly was just busy, Meghan decided to blame the royal family. She thought they were the reason Dolly said no. Later, some people from Meghan's team tried to say that Dolly was never really invited. They said the story was not true, but many people think there was some truth to it because Meghan has been told no many other times too. The second time happened when Meghan talked about being a housewife. She said she works very, very hard to take care of her kids and her house. Because of this, people asked the stars of a famous TV show called The Real Housewives if Meghan should join them. The ladies on that show were very surprised and a little bit scared. They shouted no very loudly. They said they did not want someone like Meghan on their show at all. They acted like having Meghan around would be a giant disaster or a very bad accident. They even laughed about it. They said they would much rather have Kate Middleton on their show instead. They said Kate is very tough and would be a great person to have around. This was a very mean thing to say to Meghan, and it showed that the popular girls in Hollywood did not want her in their group. The third big problem happened in early 2025. A group called WME, which is a very powerful team that helps famous people get jobs, decided to stop helping Meghan. They dropped her, which means they told her she was no longer their client. This was a huge deal because WME is the best of the best. People everywhere started asking why this happened. Some people who know the truth said that Meghan was just too difficult to work with. They said she was very bossy and demanded too many things. There was a story about a time during the Christmas holidays when Meghan wanted everyone to stop their vacation and have a meeting with her. She wanted special papers and plans, but the workers were at home with their families. Meghan got very, very upset and had a big meltdown. The boss of the company, a man named Ari Emanuel, got tired of the drama. He said he was done with her. He also saw that Meghan's projects were not making any money. In Hollywood, if you don't make money, people don't want to work with you. Fourth, we have to talk about Meghan and Harry's big Netflix show from 2022. A lot of people watched it, but many people say they only watched it to see what kind of stories the couple would tell. Some people even called the stories fiction, which means they thought they were made-up lies. Meghan really wanted her show to win a big award called an Emmy. She waited and waited to see her name on the list of nominees. But when the list came out, her show was nowhere to be found. It was like her show had been thrown into a trash can and forgotten. Meghan and Harry were very sad and very annoyed. Some people think Hollywood did this on purpose because Meghan and Harry left their jobs as royals. Hollywood leaders don't like people who walk away from their duties. Meghan even tried to become a judge for the Emmy Awards, which made people laugh. They thought she only wanted to be a judge so she could vote for herself. By 2025, they were not even invited to the Emmy party because they had no successful shows to celebrate. The fifth rejection was very personal. It happened on Meghan's 42nd birthday. Meghan was expecting a big celebration. She thought the whole world would stop to wish her a happy birthday. Most of all, she wanted the royal family in England to send her a nice message. But instead of a nice message, there was only silence. It was very, very quiet. The royal family went about their day like it was just a normal Tuesday. They didn't say anything at all. Even though Meghan's own business posted a very nice message about how great she is as a mom and a wife, the king and the rest of the family stayed silent. This was very heartbreaking for Meghan. She forgot that when you walk away from a family and a job, you lose the special treats and kindness that come with it. It was a very lonely birthday for her. The sixth snub was something that happened all over the world. In 2025, a list came out that showed which famous people are liked the most and which ones are liked the least. Sadly, Meghan Markle was at the very top of the list for being the most disliked celebrity. She was even more disliked than people who have been in a lot of trouble, like Sean Diddy Combs. This shows that many people are tired of her and do not like the things she does. It is hard to be a star when the people watching the show do not like you. This was a very big blow to her ego. Seventh, we have to look at her deal with Netflix again. Her cooking show, which was called With Love, Meghan, finally finished its last season. Netflix is a very big company that gives people a lot of money to make shows, but they decided they did not want to give Meghan any more millions of dollars. They did not want to pay for another cooking show because the last one was very hard to watch. People said it made them feel cringe, which means it was embarrassing. Reports say that Netflix is now moving away from Meghan. They don't want to be her partner anymore. They are letting her show end after only 2 seasons and a holiday special. Even though some fans liked it, it wasn't enough for the big bosses at Netflix to keep spending money on her. The 8th rejection came from Spotify. Spotify is a place where you can listen to music and talking shows called podcasts. Meghan made a podcast called Archetypes. She thought it would be a giant success. But after only 1 season, Spotify said goodbye to her. They stopped giving her money and showed her the door. They did not want to work with her anymore. It is also very hard for people to work for Meghan. Many of her helpers and staff members have quit their jobs. One man, Josh Kettler, was her chief of staff, but he quit after only 3 months. He left right before they were supposed to go on a big trip. Many people who used to work for her say it is not a happy place to work. They say it is toxic, which means it makes them feel bad and stressed out. They say working for Meghan is bad for their mental health. Number 9 is a story about the Kardashian family. Meghan and Harry went to a huge birthday party for Kris Jenner. Kris Jenner is the mother of the Kardashians. There were many famous people there. Meghan and Harry took some pictures with Kris and Kim Kardashian. Being the Kardashians, they posted these pictures on the internet for everyone to see. But then, something very strange happened. A little while later, the pictures were deleted. Kris and Kim took the photos down. This made everyone wonder if the Kardashians didn't want people to see them with Meghan and Harry. It was like they were saying, "We don't want you on our page." This was a very public way to be ignored, and it made a lot of headlines in the news. The 10th snub involved 2 of the biggest singers in the whole world, Taylor Swift and Beyoncé. When Meghan was making her podcast, she asked both of them to come and talk with her. She thought they were her friends, but both Taylor and Beyoncé said no. They did not go on the podcast at all. Taylor Swift even had a representative say no for her. This was very sad for Meghan because she had told everyone that these famous women were her friends. It turned out that they were not really her friends, and they didn't want to spend their time helping her show. For the 11th rejection, we have to go back to a big fashion show in Paris. It was for a brand called Balenciaga. Meghan showed up and did a walk that people called the Zoolander walk, which is a way of saying she looked a bit silly. But the worst part was that Balenciaga did not actually invite her. Reports say that Meghan reached out to the designer and asked if she could come. She basically invited herself to the party. In the world of high fashion, inviting yourself is a very big no-no. The brand did not treat her like a special guest because they didn't really want her there in the first place. The 12th snub happened at that same fashion week. Meghan met a very famous actress named Kristen Scott Thomas. Meghan really wanted to talk to her and be seen with her. She tried to start a conversation, but Kristen Scott Thomas completely ignored her. It was one of the biggest rejections ever caught on camera. Meghan was left standing there with nobody to talk to. To make it look like she wasn't lonely, she quickly turned to the person on her other side and started talking very fast. But everyone saw what happened. It was very embarrassing for her to be ignored by such a famous and respected actress. Finally, the 13th rejection happened at a tennis match. Meghan's friend Serena Williams was playing, and Meghan went to watch. To try and look important, Meghan went and sat right next to Serena's mother. She tried to talk to the mother and be very friendly. But Serena's mom did not want to talk. She ignored Meghan and kept her eyes on the tennis game. Meghan kept trying and trying to get her attention, but it did not work. It was another time where Meghan tried to be part of the cool group and was told no without anyone even saying a word. So those are the 13 times Hollywood and the world told Meghan Markle they were not interested. From Dolly Parton to the royal family to the Kardashians, it seems like Meghan is having a very hard time finding people who want to stay by her side. Every time she tries to make a new plan or a new show, something goes wrong. Whether she is being bossy to her workers or trying to invite herself to parties, the result is always the same. People are saying no more than they are saying yes. Which of these stories do you think was the most embarrassing? It is hard to watch someone try so hard and fail so many times. We will have to wait and see if things ever get better for her, but right now, it looks like Hollywood is closed for Meghan Markle. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. We will see you in the very next one.